This is Matt from MGMT Boston. Here on this episode of The Lantern, we are with Andrew Lau and Chris Ward from Jellyfish here at 225 Franklin to talk about what's going on in this fast-growing company. So, Andrew, let's just kick it right off. Tell us what Jellyfish is. What are you and your team building?
Right. Jellyfish is a Boston-based company here that we help companies drive dev AI productivity. We are live with 700 customers and really lucky and thankful to be building here.
Yeah, love that. Now, as you think about 2025, a big year for the company, so much has changed, as has changed in the AI markets. What did you learn from that year? What happened at Jellyfish in 2025?
Well, 25 was a great year for us. Great growth, but even more than that, I think opportunities showed up for us where we went from just helping companies drive productivity with their engineering teams to suddenly helping them figure out how to drive productivity, enablement, transformation when it goes to dev AI. We saw a huge amount of change where companies went from kind of using a tool to suddenly using all 5 and 6 tools in the dev AI space. I think it's been the most exciting part of all the AI innovation going on. And they're asking us to help them figure out how to transform, how to utilize them better, how to get the yield across these really powerful tools. So super cool.
Yeah. Now, one of the things I've enjoyed externally is just watching all the data that Jellyfish puts out about how that's all changing. Now, 2026, the stakes are just going up higher and higher. So what should we be thinking about in 2026, both at Jellyfish and in the market beyond, that you would share with other builders?
Well, okay. So coming off 25 to 26, first of all, I would remind us all to be adaptive. The world is changing so fast. I mean, every 3 weeks it's a different game. As operators, you got to change. Product, you got to change. Go to market, you got to change. You be willing to turn really quickly because the world is changing that fast on these things. Now, as I go into 26, what am I excited about? I'm excited about the opportunity that this dev AI brings to all of us, both Jellyfish and all these companies utilizing it. They're just getting more from learning how to harness these tools, and we get the chance to help them harness them more effectively. It's a really cool time. We can actually help people disambiguate to this. But the other thing I'm really excited about is I'm excited about Chris. Super lucky to have him here. So Chris, please, tell us who you are.
All right. Well, thank you, Matt, and thank you, Andrew. Chris Ward, I just joined Jellyfish as CRO at the beginning of December. That was after spending 4 years at a company called Vercel, leading go-to-market efforts. Yeah. When I got to Vercel the year before, they closed at $6 million. Over those 4 years, we did 60x growth. The valuation of the business went from $1.1 billion to $9.3 billion. When we got our Series D, I told my wife I was going to take 6 months and relax, but at the same time, well, shout out to the recruiters. A recruiter reached out about a CRO opportunity in Boston, and the first thing that caught my eye was Boston. I live in Walpole, I'm not too far, and I started my tech career in Boston as well.
Go Rebels.
Yeah, go Rebels, thank you. Actually, it's Timberwolves now. But yeah, then I looked at the founding team. It all came from Endeca, and a lot of people, if you're in the Boston area, you know about the Endeca Mafia, all the great companies those folks have built. And I did some back channeling because I knew some folks there as well, and I heard about how great the founding team between Dave, Phil, and Andrew are. And then I looked at the product, and the first thing I saw was your LinkedIn post that said, think about Jellyfish as Salesforce for engineering managers. And that really scratched an itch I had because over the whole course of my career, I've been in boardrooms, been in executive meetings, and I've seen the CTO screaming at the CPO or other engineering leaders about what is your team doing? My team's doing a bunch, and having completely opposite of the spectrum opinions on the same teams and what they're doing and things like that. Or folks from down under not being able to share their sentiments of how things are going. Or saying, hey, we need more resources over here so we can focus on more things like this, whatever. So I've heard this for my whole career, and I see Salesforce for engineering. I'm like, okay, that really makes a lot of sense, but Jellyfish better be doing something in AI, and then that's when I came across AI Impact, which has helped tremendously in the growth of the company, and that's how we're going to definitely hit our marks in 2026 and beyond.
And you knew this use case, right? This is our first conversation.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I spoke about one of the largest consumer services brands in LATAM where we did a very large V0 deal at Vercel. And V0 is like ChatGPT for building websites, a product that we built. And we did this deal with them, and we found out for 20,000 developers, they bought 4 different vibe coding tools. There was Cursor, there was Windsurf, Copilot. I think the other one was Augment Code. They used all these different tools, but they really didn't have any insight into, are these tools helping us? Are these tools getting adopted? Who's adopting them? Are they helping certain people? What happens when you go from one tool to another tool? Is the bottleneck moving somewhere else in the software development lifecycle? And when I continue to do research on Jellyfish's AI impact and the value that it provides in these exact scenarios, that's what got me really excited.
Awesome.
To close us out, Andrew, tell us how we can help Jellyfish. How can we help you and your team grow here in Boston and far beyond?
We got to lean in together about the Dev AI transformation going on here. This is an exciting time. We have to all educate each other, teach each other new techniques. I think there's a lot we can do together in this community. I think if we harness this, we can actually tap into this wave that is changing the world here. And this helps Jellyfish grow, it helps Boston grow. We're going to crush.
This is Andrew and Chris from Jellyfish, Matt from MGMT Boston, this episode of Lantern. Thanks, guys, so much for joining us.
Thanks, man.
Thank you.